properly utilized, the intellect's purpose is to interpret intuition, not to replace it. That being said, perception can be modulated, expanded, or shrunk. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that our people were put to sleep, meaning our consciousness was shrunk. English does that because we go from left to right.
Facts.
Okay? Now, we, as you already know, we're all about process, okay? That sounds great. How can we do it? There's a reason why our brothers in the lodge circumambulate in a counterclockwise direction. That is the same reason why the Aramaic languages, Hebrew, Akkadian, Arabic, go from right to left, because you're actually physically and visually practicing going from intuition to intellect.
Facts.
What a way to end that question. Y'all heard? Did y'all hear the well-rounded? Do y'all listen? Oh my God. This is why we don't need to beef with each other, y'all.
Correct.
Because we all bring a piece to the table that's unique, that nobody else could bring. I may bring the questions. I'm asking them about blinking and your tongue out and all types of shit. These brothers are bringing different aspects, different formulas, because they have unique experiences in this realm that nobody could copy. So I love it. This is such a learning experience, y'all. Such a learning. This is awesome. They're like, this is very powerful, awesome, unique, a well-rounded group of brothers. I'm absolutely loving this. Let's keep it moving. Do your brothers got about 30 more minutes? What do y'all have about?
Sure, I'm good. I got 30 more for sure. You know me, bro. I'm like a ping pong ball. I'm popping all over the country.
Yeah, I know. Billy's here, there. I know that. Yeah. So let's do about because I'm gonna ask a couple of more questions, and then I'm gonna get about 2 questions from the chat, and that'll fill up 30 minutes. But I don't want to keep y'all too long. But wow, I mean, this is amazing. This is what it's all about. Once again, if you just joined, family, the link for the live stream of Gathering the Masters is in the chat. This is just a sample of what unity looks like when it comes to consciousness. Gathering the Masters happening August 10th and 11th. It's already sold out, but we have the live stream available. You can click the link in the chat, and it's also pinned at the top of the chat if you would like to participate in the Gathering of the Masters. Wow. So with that being said, wow, that was amazing. With that being said, let's do, since we're having fun, let's have a little fun real quick. Let's have a little fun because we're having fun, right? Let's have a little fun. It's not just about being strict and rigid and going to the plan and this and that. I want to and it's about experimenting and tapping into your powers, and we don't do that enough. I'm going to send out a number. I did this before. I'm going to send out a number to y'all from 1 to 10. And I would love to hear the B-Dells, Billy's, Rod Hayes, and Sharif answer. And I'm going to write it down. This is a test I always do. I don't always do it, but I do it sometimes. And it's fun. It's fun because it's a way for us we don't get enough practice. We read, but we don't do enough practice about with our telepathy skills, with our intuition skills, with our ESP, extrasensory perception skills. So this is a way for us to practice and to make practice cool. We have to make practicing these skills cool. So I'm going to write a number down. The number's from 1 to 10. I'm going to write it down, and then I'm going to circle it. Because I could do magic. I'm going to circle it.
We did this before.
I did this with Ryan. Yeah, I did this before.
I did it with the colors, though, I think.
Yeah, I did it with Billy or something. I do this because this is fun to me. I love it. And this is what we need to make this shit fun. This is how we gonna do it. So I wrote down a number, y'all, from 1 to 10. I would love to hear, and I didn't even project the number. Wait, y'all, they telling me the number. See that y'all gotta be patient. Let me project the number. Okay, I wrote it. Let me project the number. Let me put my. All right, I projected a number out. Right, I want to know what's the answer. All of y'all, starting with. We're gonna go in order. B-Del, Billy, Rod, and Sharif. B-Del, you first. What's your answer?
7.
Okay. Billy, what's your answer? It could be the same answer. Don't. Okay, Billy's 4. Rod, what's your answer? It could be the same or different. Don't.
I picked up 2 different numbers, but the first one I picked up was 5.
And what's the second one, Rod?
9.
Sharif.
8.
Okay. Let me write your names next to the numbers. We're establishing an order at the gathering of masses where we practice, not just study. It has to go beyond studying. And this is what Brother Sharif talks about constantly. Shout out to B-Dell. B-Dell, what that brother?
Hey, look, show those numbers again. I want to point something out to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you picked the number 7, right? Billy picked the number 4. That's the forbidden knowledge number, right? So in Billy's was already pre-saturated with the number 4.
Facts.
Now, I picked up 2 numbers. If you look at the 2 numbers I picked up in the median, that means I'm drawing from intellect and intuition is clashing, and they meet in the middle.
At 7.
Right? So when Sharif get it, what do he say? It's infinity. The 8 is the infinity on standing up. He's saying that the number is going to always recycle back to itself. So even though in the accuracy of the perception fall with B-Dale, all of the numbers come back to tell us a story that's different on the panel.
Right.
You know, we have a saying, you know, in our religious tradition, we say that there are no happenings, law governs all events. So there's no such thing as coincidence. If Brother B-Dell got it right, that means he got it right.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the additional sciences that's coming when you put groups of people together is the perception. This is just to show you everybody is looking from a different part of the circle to the center. They're not going to all see the thing in the center the same.
Well, here's the other part too. Listen, I can play basketball all right, but I bet I'm not as good as Brother Rich. I have to do this. Brother Rich got that. We can all improve our game. Some are more natural at certain things than others, and that's just what it is. And we have to honor that.
Indeed. All right. Let me let's say we're talking about frequencies, and we think about frequency. Let's think about frequencies like, let's say, like happiness, peace of mind, wealth, love in a relationship. And we are being that. And I heard somebody early in the comments, they was like, I thought this was about aliens. It's called alien frequencies. We're picking on frequencies that are non-local to the avatar. Outside, alien means foreign. Like they say, illegal alien coming to this country. He's not of this country. These are frequencies that are, I guess you would say outside of the avatar. These are hyperdimensional, multi-dimensional frequencies that our brain, this is the most magnificent instrument technology in the world, is picking up on. We sleep on who we are in our technology, between the blinking, the smelling, the hearing, the tasting, the touching, our hear. There's so many aspects to our technology that we sleep on. And that's the point of the show is to show how important our technology. Like I said, this is really a part 2 to Earth Rover that Billy and Rod Hayes did. But speaking of what I was saying, and I don't forgot what I was saying. Okay, and frequency and the frequencies. Say, because we use mythology and we describe certain cosmology, and we use human characteristics to describe them. So let's say the emotion, peace of mind, we described it as a person, and we called it Pesero. Peace of mind, the emotion of peace of mind, which everybody wants, we called it Pesero. Now, do these frequencies that we want to experience in this realm, because we channel these frequencies and we display it. The screen is life. The movie, we know the movie theater, we know on the movie screen, we know that the movie's not in the movie screen. We know that it's being projected. We know that the television show is not in the television. We know it's projected. We know that the app is not in the is not on the phone. It's being projected into the phone. So we know that the body, what we're seeing, we want to understand that it's not us. It's being projected from our eyes onto the screen we call life. So what I want to ask is, if we're projecting these emotions called peace of mind, and that could come in many different ways, do emotions act like humans in a sense that if Rod Hayes does some grimy-ish to me, I may say, nah, I'm not messing with him no more because he did so-and-so, so-and-so. Well, if peace of mind knows that you are a shady individual, but you want peace of mind, will peace of mind not inhabit your avatar and display on your screen because it knows you're unloyal? The same way we know individuals is unloyal and we don't mess with them, does the emotion, the frequency of peace of mind know that we will be unloyal to it, so it won't marry us and become one with us?
Your emotions is your navigation system of the earth realm. You use your emotions like peace of mind to determine the people that upset your peace of mind are the people that's belligerent to the self. So the spirit of man is projected, has been proven already with epigenetics. The perception that we have is that we the body, but the perception is an illusion because we project it into the body. In the membranes of the cell are the collective antenna units that come together to allow us to tune in to the frequency that becomes the I am aspect of the self. Right. So if you're not in harmony with peace of mind as your as a default emotion, it won't be a default. It will come in only after you overcome your already set defaults. That's why they traumatize children, to keep them from finding that peace of mind, because in that peaceful place, you are experiencing the frequency of your God self. Right. So when we talk about peace of mind or peace in general, we ain't talking about an external phenomenon. We talking about ability to be able to determine if the emotions is in context and adjust our actions and our behavior according to the navigation system that's telling you that sucker no good. I'm avoiding him at all costs. You're not avoiding him because you're scared of him. You're not avoiding him because of any other thing, but he upsets your peace. Mm-hmm. So when he upsets your peace and that's your default, then you can't within yourself feel comfortable associating with the things that upset your peace. Right. And this is why when you go into your creative aspect, it tells you to go into the dark place. That's mimicking the prime creator at the prime of creation. Right. But your emotions get in the way a lot of time. And we don't know if they in context or not because nobody teaches us how to read our own emotions as a navigation system.
Got you.
Yeah. Facts. I think, I kind of touched on this a little bit in my book, Fractal Holographic Universe. I think Rod Hayes hit it on the head in terms of we're being projected into this reality, just like you said also, Rich, that our higher self is in a much higher dimension with source, and that the human brain itself does not create consciousness. It downloads a stream of consciousness. And so without that download into the avatar body, the avatar would be just limp. We are inhabiting this body temporally that means time, on a timeline, a temporal. In the third density, we have this temporal emote that we have that inhabits this avatar body and animates it for the purpose of navigating through this third dimensional hologram. And so along with that comes the emotions. And if we didn't have that capability, it would be just like the movie Avatar, where you see the bodies just laying in those gigantic little aquariums, floating around, waiting for the light to come inside, waiting for a projection of consciousness to inhabit it so that it can maneuver through the dimension. And so what it seems like to me is, from a higher perspective, as if the universal consciousness itself has divided itself into Googles and Googles of entities. Yes, Google is an actual number throughout the entire known universe so that it can experience itself subjectively through Rod Hayes, through Brother Sharif, through Bredell, through myself, through you, Rich, and everyone else that's on this live, and everyone else throughout the entire known universe. It wants to experience itself subjectively, and it wants to experience every emotion for it and against it. Why? Because it's a learning program. We're living inside of a learning program that's learning about itself, learning what it's like to see through my eyes, your eyes, and everyone else's eyes in this dimension. We're being broadcast from one radio station, like there's one radio station in your city, and it's sending out frequencies. That frequency has a point number, 99.1, 99.2, 0.3, 0.4. That dot and that number is your avatar body's ability to pick up that specific, slightly off frequency, but they're still coming from the same source. Correct. And then what does this program do? What is the agenda? What's the mission? To collect data. To collect data based on interactions between all of the different entities that are really interacting with itself to see and experience life subjectively through everything that actually exists and learning from that. And I think through that process, it learns that the ultimate goal, the ultimate thing that it wants in this third dimension is to manifest love and peace throughout the known universe. And how long will it take for that culmination to actually happen? That's what I see.
Indeed. Anybody want to? Did everybody touch on that? Is we good on that?
I want to go ahead, Brother Vito.
Okay. Well, within the framework of your spiritual journey, you got to go through a process of self-realization as you're going from neophyte, adept to mastery. You become a master by way of equilibrium, meaning that you're balanced. So if you're energetically balanced, that is the epitome of the God frequency, to where you're able to detach from the demiurge. So the demiurge is basically comprised of the energy extraction matrix. So in order to pull away from that energy, like I said, you got to be in alignment. So a lot of times, you know, a lot of people, you know, they fall victim to the demiurge because they have an emotional connection. Just like Rod Hayes said, you got to use your emotions as a navigation system, as an alchemical source. So what happens is a lot of times people, your emotions is basically connected to the gematria body. The gematria body, you got five different phases of the body. You got the gematria body, the epikinetic body, the Eka body, the Zohar body, which is basically your higher self. So when you're able to reach your higher self, you're basically able to manipulate timelines. So when you're able to manipulate timelines, that's when you're able to be the epitome of a walking and talking CERN machine, meaning that you're able to collapse time by mastering yourself by way of detachment. So just like a CERN machine has, the CERN machine has quarks and leptons. Quarks and leptons are basically electrons. You got quarks and which is comprised of protons and neutrons. That is basically the epitome of the carbon body. So like I said, when you're able to master yourself, you're able to detach from this reality by way of your emotions.
Excellent.
I love what the brother just said, but I wanted to key in on something that Billy Carson said, and what Billy Carson was saying about being projected into 3D space-time. Right? There's first and foremost, like we in my religious tradition, we say it this way, just in religious terms. Why did creative fate give to spirit man, a body of soul to function on the plane of soul?
Sharif, what is your religious tradition, Sharif? But for the people who don't know,
America Incorporated. Okay. I'm the national press secretary for the organization under the leadership of Brother R. Jones Bay and his assistant Brother A. Hopkins Bay. So we say those exact same things of what Billy Carson said in religious terms. Why did creative fate give the soul a body of flesh to function on the plane of things made manifest? Now, there's actual hard science that speaks to this. If you look up David Bohm, right? These are three quantum mechanics that are favorites of mine. David Bohm, Rupert Sheldrake, and our Chinese sister, Mei-Wan Ho, right? David Bohm calls this space, or this exotic space that we are projected from, he calls it the implicate order. Rupert Sheldrake calls it the morphogenic field. Now, Mei-Wan Ho is special because she's a quantum physicist biologist. So she's talking about quantum mechanics and phenomena in living systems. And so she calls it the biogenic field. So rather than what they all three agree on is this: the classic understanding of how information and even intelligence is transduced is through DNA. No, they say no. Because think about it. When we're talking about, let's say, body repair and the ability to repair, the body, right? The body to repair itself, we'll say, yeah, it gets its information from the DNA. Oftentimes, the DNA repairs itself. How does it do that? Where does it get its information from? So this speaks to what Brother Billy Carson was just saying about having a self in higher exotic space, right? Now, that the interface, the actual interface, there's also hard science for that as well. We call it the borderland between the plane of soul and the plane of things made manifest. But in science and quantum mechanics, it's called